Everything that can be said about good planning and bad planning is manifested somewhere in Reston. So this would be the place where you could have hands-on laboratory to talk about what's been done. Has it been done well? Could it be done better? And a little background research. Let's look backwards from we said what was going to be in the town center. Did it work that way? Is there any lessons to be learned from that? It will be a laboratory that we can work those questions forward and backwards. So if it's a graduate center, for what school? Well, Virginia Tech is already in the market, and they were out here once with Joe DiMaggio and Blue Woolridge, who operated out of the farmhouse, which is now about where the YMCA is. So we had them here once, and they are now down in Alexandria. When I brought that question up with my good friend Henry Hollander, who's on the Jan Holt's staff at Virginia Tech, he said, well, actually, we're running out of space, so maybe we could make a deal to come out here. Can you find me a place to rent? I said, I think I can. I think I would suggest you go to the top floor of the International Building. From that floor, each one of those windows, which used to be Reston Land's sales office, you can present an entire class on Reston just by looking out the window. So unfortunately, someone came along the line that was going to give them free space in Alexandria. So rather than move out here, the free space would be better. But we're going to take another step on that. There's an interest that I have in creating an entry point at what I call East Point Village, which is discussed in the Wheelie outlet, YouTube. And so I have suggested to the owner of that property, that would be a wonderful assignment for a studio such as the Virginia Tech Alexandria campus carries out, where they bring a group of students out and we would set up a program for them. What do we want this Eastport Village to look like and to act like? That will be the subject of another YouTube. So that's underway, and more to add into this texture of this discussion is I was at a wedding anniversary party in Gloucester last weekend, and so with my newly characterized Lord of Fairfax, which the county selected me for last week, I asked for the microphone. I proclaimed that as Lord of Fairfax, I hereby proclaim that the people of Reston offer the couple that is celebrating their 50th anniversary well wishes and congratulations, because they used to live in Reston, and there are many people that are good friends of theirs in Reston. They're a doctor and they're a lawyer, others and an architect that knows them. So anyway, that was a greeting and an accolade. One more that came to mind, in that I saw a good friend Dan Bannister in the audience, who I hadn't seen for a number of years, and I said, okay, one more statement here is that if the University of Reston comes about and Virginia Tech has the graduate center that I asked them to deal with earlier, hopefully there can be a wing dedicated to Dan Bannister's foundation, in memory of, because of the work that Dan Bannister has done in this community and is yet to do. And so Dan afterwards said, good idea. Can I come out and talk to you about it someday? I said, sure. So I'm going to try and arrange a meeting with he and some of the other Reston leaders to begin discussing in real the formation of the University of Reston. And that should be made known to Northrop Grumman, who's attempting to move into Northern Virginia, because another prediction I will make is that the future of human settlement in America is going to have one driving force. That's going to be learning centers. And the learning centers should begin at good K6, moving on to campuses with grade schools and intermediate schools and high schools, then of course the university. And so that whole thing can be done here in Reston. And when I've told that to people, they said, where? I said, why not air rights above the toll road and connect that with the expansion of Metro? So there's many ideas to occur here, and I don't know what we'll call that University of Reston, except the University of Reston. And I will attempt to create a logo of the schools that I've had some connection with myself, and the one I don't have handy is George Mason, where I was an adjunct professor. I certainly do have UVA, where I was an adjunct professor in the closing up their planning program that they had up here in Falls Church. And also my alumni, University of Notre Dame. I do not have logos for the junior colleges that I attended. Or maybe I could find one from the University of California where I did take some classwork. So when we say go Irish and go Seahawks, we'll have to figure out a new cheer for go Reston, and figure out what we can do in the future, educating our kids so that they can become the leaders of tomorrow. Education is where it's going to be. So that's one of the factors that will have influence tomorrow. The other one I predict will be an influencing factor of human settlement in America is going to be the rebuilding of older neighborhoods. Those that are becoming obsolete and need to be reformatted to meet tomorrow's needs. Also, where the high-speed train is going to have its terminals or stations. That will be a big factor, just as the harbors were a big factor when we created America, and the airports when we started our Western movement. So we have a wonderful place to start here in Reston, and we can keep it going if we make this the center of higher education in the Washington metropolitan area. We can also involve the other schools in this area. I've talked with the rector of Georgetown. He said, interesting idea. We'll keep us informed, which I will certainly do, and hopefully this YouTube will help with that. Thank you very much.